in Gauteng, and we are live to her right now. Mahlako, a very good morning to you. I believe you are in the Evaton area. What's happening there?
Yes, indeed. Good morning to you, Simpiwe. We are here in Evaton, not too far from Evaton Mall. I'm just going to move out of shot so that I can just speak to what is happening here. When we arrived here early this morning, I mean, you could just see there was a looting spree that was going on at Evaton Mall. I know that there is a ShopRite, I think, as well as a Pick and Pay that has been looted. If you can, see, there's also fires that we can see from the smoke that some parts of this township is also burning here out in the Vaal. I mean, we've seen people with Jojo tanks. We've seen people, just on my left-hand side here. I'm just going to ask Herbert to pan. You will see people carrying, building supplies, if you want to call it that. Understand that there's a builders as well as a cash build not too far from here. I mean, the Evaton Mall that has been burnt has opened up to the public in about 2006. There's also a McDonald's down there. We saw that was also being looted. Obviously, looters, threatening us, so we can't get as close as we want to. But we understand that looting here has taken place from yesterday evening. We haven't seen police people. We have not seen police presence here. I think since we've been here for the past hour or so, we've only seen one car visibly just driving past looters. We've also seen, children also with alcohol. There's a couple of liquor stores here as well that have also been looted. We also understand that we are told by some people that are our community members here that some people also armed here in this community. But quite interesting not to see any police presence in this particular area. People are here with their cars. I mean, if you just look further, into the shots, we'll just ask Herbert to go. There's a slew of cars not so far from here. People are looting, taking into cars, taking into vans. People are carrying tiles. People are carrying your food supplies, your cool drinks. There's, nothing is safe, if you want to call it that. From the old to the young, we see grandmothers here, we see grandfathers, we see children, school-going children, not at school, but running to also get their share of the looting that is continuing here in this township. There's a Jojo tank that's also been taken here, but it would seem that it's a free-for-all. There is no law enforcement here to come and try and at least calm down the situation. It will be very interesting to see if we will be seeing the army coming here after the president's announcement yesterday that, the army will be deployed to try and gain control of the situation or calm matters down.
Mahlako, were you able to talk to some of the looters to get a sense of whether this looting is still part of the Free Zuma campaign, or is it simply acts of criminality? I'm saying this, or I'm asking this, because just yesterday I spoke to one of the looters, to get a sense of what they make of this situation, and they asked me, what Zuma? Where is Zuma? Like, totally oblivious to the fact that there is a Free Zuma campaign going on. And she told me that she's looting because she saw everybody doing it. So were you able to talk to some of them to get a sense of the situation on the ground and why they're doing what they're doing?
We haven't been able to necessarily talk to the looters and ask them what exactly is going on. But the community members that we have spoken to, their greatest concern is, okay, we're looting today. Where do we get supplies when we've burnt down these shops? These are the words that are coming out of, community members to say that they're quite concerned. What happens next week? What happens once everything is empty? Because it is going to be empty. I'm talking bakkies here are taking things, they are taking things out of the shops. But from what I understand, I haven't heard a political stance from any of the looters, except to say, they're taking groceries. Everybody's doing it like you're saying, seemingly. That is what is going on. I mean, people are even taking some of these things and they are, how would we call it, carrying it like a baby on the back. It's full of groceries. It's full of anything that they can find their hands on that they can take. Seemingly, I haven't heard any political stance from any of these looters, even as they pass by, to say why exactly is it that they're partaking in this. But it would seem that, it's people have time, simply, if I can call it that. And what I mean by people have time, bakkies are full. They go, they loot, put in a bakkie, continue, come back. Some people are coming back for thirds. You'll see trolleys. People have, like I said, have been at this since the early hours of this morning, if not last night. other parts also going up in flames here at Evaton. But other than that, we're not able to establish if there is indeed a political campaign that's going on here now, or has it really transitioned into acts of criminality.
To you right now, I'm seeing visuals of these gentlemen pulling a giant dustbin, and no prizes for guessing what he'll be doing with that particular dustbin. And it's quite concerning, Mahlako. I mean, knowing that these people don't even think of tomorrow. What about the jobs that will be lost? What about the source of their supplies? What will happen tomorrow then?
Okay. That is what has been quite interesting, Simpiwe, to see. The dustbins, I understand, here are being used to carry the groceries or whatever else it is that people have been finding are looting here. It's not necessarily for the purpose of what a bin is, but rather they've become trolleys to be able to take the groceries, to carry them, because obviously there is no time to put them in shopping bags that you would normally find when you actually go to the till and pay. But yes, quite concerning, residents here saying that they are concerned about the future post this. Like I said, that the mall here was built at about 2006. People had to travel to Johannesburg to be able to do their shopping. What happens after everything is gone? Will businesses still be interested to come here and, serve not necessarily serve the community, but do business in this community? But I think also let's, cross over also to our colleague Lebo Dube, who will also just be telling us what's happening where he is right now.
Thank you, Mahlako. We are currently at the Dobsonville Mall in Soweto, where looting continued last night. A second round of looting. We understand that the looting did start on Sunday, and I'm with cameraman Sibuso Tembe. There's high police presence here. The situation is calm here in Dobsonville. Earlier on, we did see a couple of community members. We are not too sure whether these members are those that were looting or part of the looting last night, but they did start to provoke the police by throwing stones, and they were dispersed by the police using rubber bullets. I'm just going to move out of shot so that you can see the aftermath, the damage from the looting that took place last night. As we're walking, we're going to try and walk inside the mall. Earlier on, security personnel wanted to close off the mall completely. No one is allowed. Currently, it's shop owners that are here inside the mall to try and assess the damage of their shops. As you can see, it is a complete mess. There's huge damage, massive damage to the mall, to the shops. Shop owners trying to salvage little that has been left after the looting. We have seen as well employees coming to speak to the shop owners, to their owners, to try and get clarity on the situation. There's a gentleman here. I assume he's one of the shop owners, sir.
I'm just a manager, one of the managers.
He is one of the managers.
Yes.
We can see there's a lot of damage to the store.
Yes.
How affected are you by this?
My boss is mad. He's upstairs. He's mad. He's really crazy. Things are not ready. This is animals are doing this. Animals. Look at all the ball. Look at them all. But yesterday it was okay. Today it's like this. Because yesterday you were here. You're working a little bit, half day, and then you went home. Now today I come in the morning, I find the shop like that.
This is the frustration from one of the managers from the store. The center management is currently in a meeting, and the mall will be completely closed off so they can assess the damage. It is frustrating, as you've heard from the store manager here at the Dobsonville Shopping Center. And currently, I'm going to link to Chriselda to give us an update where she is.
All right, some breaking news now here on SABC News. You can see the army has just been deployed here to Soweto just about some 30 minutes ago, and this is in particular to, you would remember President Cyril Ramaphosa indicating that this was going to be at areas that had been deemed problematic, where there had not been or there had been a lot of violence taking place. You'll see here, I'm in Diepkloof Square in Soweto at the moment, and you can see members of the South African National Defence Force have been deployed here. And in particular to try and guard. I mean, not much left here. A lot of the looting has been taking place here at Diepkloof Square in Soweto since this morning. You also see there a number of arrests have been made. Those men and women asked to lie on the floor there. And basically what the South African National Defence Force has come to do is to provide the support that the President had spoken about in terms of trying to assist with the ongoing violence that has been taking place, to try and quell the violence. Will come towards this direction. So from what we have managed to see, we did manage to see quite a number of them being taken. Some of these children will also look here, members of the South African National Defence Force, with some of these children. Were all South African National Defence Force members having a conversation with them. They're here to provide support to the South African police service, in that this is where from what the South African National Defence Force had. So what is really happening at this particular stage is that they're not really going out deployments to take place in other parts of Soweto as well, which have been identified as problematic. We'll cross to you a bit later. On as we see this.
Touch base with you a little later on. There is a reporter, Chriselda Lewis, news just in, as you announced, the members of the South African National Defence Force have already been to in Gauteng. That has seen the deployment of the SANDF, and in particular in Mamelodi, as we've seen as we cross to offences. Timo will try to connect with our reporters there to see whether there's been an intensification of a police presence, and as well as the South African National Defence